it's just been a wild season, man. What are some of y'all's biggest takeaways from the 2021 season? We'll start with you, EB.
My first takeaway, and I'm gonna hold on to this: Kevin Porter Jr. being traded and then scoring 50 points. I still have not let off hope that he's going to be the best of the Porter Jr. triplets between him, Michael, and Otto. So no, but yeah, it has been a crazy season. Very interesting is with Giannis, who he really reminds me of, and you even said 2011. I know he's not the front runner just because of how crazy a season Jokic is having, but he's really 2011 LeBron. And people in 2009, 2010 gave LeBron the MVP. And then when 2011 came around, looking back now, people are like, how did LeBron not win MVP? And it was like, he's won 2 in a row. He gets to the playoffs in the East and gets bounced out. We're tired of seeing that. And similarly with Giannis, putting up crazy numbers, team is winning, but then they get into the playoffs and he's bounced out. Like, regardless of what the year Giannis was going to have, he was not winning MVP. And then, like you said, with Jokic, Jamal Murray went down, and I think people kind of thought their season was done. And Aaron Gordon came a little bit before that, but I don't think Aaron Gordon is what moved the needle. Jokic just really put his team on his back and carried them to a few wins, and now they're the 3 seed.
Can we have a Jamal Murray conversation? Like, am I in the minority of people who is like, bro, Jamal Murray is good? But, you know, there are people like, oh, you can't trade Jamal Murray for James Harden. Excuse me? Say what? Yes, you can.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
A heartbeat? Do it in half a heartbeat. Like,
Jamal Murray he's a very good young player, but he's not consistent.
He's a star. He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
Is he a star or is he just really good? I don't think he's going to make an all-star game. He's going to be like, I think he's going to be CJ. Better than everybody else.
But CJ's a star.
I would still call
okay, better than everybody else, but you still don't get to sit at the grown folks table.
Like, to me, that's what a star
for sure.
is. Like,
okay.
Like,
and if he's a star, he's still at like the lower rung of being a star. Because CJ, if he doesn't get hurt, he's an all-star this year. So Jamal Murray, he's on the cusp where he is a star, but he's not that star where it's like teetering into superstar and it's like, hey, is this guy a superstar? He's a star, and he like just made it into there.
Let me see. How many points did he average before he got hurt?
I think probably like 19.8.
Let me see. This year, Jesus Christ, 2021. Points. Jesus Christ, basketball reference. One of y'all talk. I don't even know the dead air out. Oh, 21.2.
Oh, that's more than that.
He finally broke 20. And we're talking about this man like he was giving us 28. Stop it. My Shaq voice.
Yeah.
So what's some takeaways you got this season?
Yeah, well, I think you hit all the big ones. One thing you didn't hit was the Knicks, right? Kind of showing that they're back and not just floundering around. And Julius Randle's emergence as a legit star, I think Julius Randle has earned that. I have him on the All NBA team, which I think he deserves.
Do you have a vote?
You said what?
Do you have a vote?
Yeah, I do. I'd actually like to run it by you guys offline. So I gotta get it in here shortly. It's due at midnight.
Bro, you're waiting Sunday or Monday.
That explains a lot, actually. But yeah, I'll say the Knicks. It's just good to see the Knicks back. Like I know everybody says this, but it is good for basketball, and like it's honestly wild to me that there are people that are like 20 years old that like have not lived like a good Knicks experience. Like Melo had his little like 2-3 year run like in 2012, 2013, whatever. Like, I think the last time when the Knicks were last in the finals, I was probably 3 years old. And I remember watching them lose
99.
Lose to San Antonio. So like there are people that like have never seen the Knicks like compete. And I'll throw myself in that boat because like I was 3. Like I wasn't really watching a game like that.
You weren't 3 in 99, were you?
Sorry, I was 6. Yeah, I was 6. But yeah, like it's good for them to be back, and I hope that they can kind of parlay this into something bigger because I think basketball needs the Knicks like to be not just like on paper good, but like good.
Did I send y'all that Gilbert Arenas post about the Knicks?
I don't know. I also follow him on social media, but
Did you see
his
it?
captions are way too long. So
Okay,
I
so
probably saw it.
it was one of those long captions, and he was pretty much saying one of the reasons why the Knicks are good is because the fans weren't there. And he was like, New York has very supportive fans. But he was like, why do you think everybody has some of their best games in the Garden? Because 5 minutes in, the Knicks get down, y'all are booing the Knicks and then cheering your favorite player who's in there getting buckets. And he was like, you know what that does to people psychologically? Pretty much saying like,
Like the
your
fans fuck it
fans
up.
are counterproductive.
Yeah.
You're cheering for the wrong shit. And then you get mad at your team for not being good, but you're booing them. And then you're yelling for Steph for pulling up from 35.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like New Yorkers are assholes.
Hey, B, the Mecca.